If you find any spiritual teacher that is telling you that you don't need money and money is evil and all that, run away. Because this same guy will jump into his supercar and go away, and you will feel guilty for actually wanting a better life. And in this video, I'm gonna prove to you how spirituality is directly correlated with being rich. Because every single great teacher throughout the ages was rich. From Moses all the way to Muhammad, jumping from Jesus to Buddha, all these people were rich. And when you actually search on that, you will finally realize that they despised being poor. There is nothing noble about being poor. And shout out Neuronknowledge because this guy is now giving you the truth about spirituality. So if you're watching this, Neuro, thank you for starting a new era of spirituality because most of the people were not aware that they are being brainwashed by spiritual people to romanticize being poor. There is nothing noble or good about being poor. You need to get rich. You need to be abundant because this is your birthright. There is nothing wrong with wanting material things. But in today's video, I'm going to give you the caveat of a lot of trials and errors. And my favorite thing to do and my personal experience to actually shift your reality to be more receptive to abundance. So stick around and I want you to be focused. This is what I want from you today, to stay focused. So let's get into it. I told you that there is nothing noble about being poor. And in this day and age, everything in this world needs to be paid by money, to be transactioned by money, to be exchanged with money, to be in a way you are giving money to get something. The house that you are living in, the car that you are driving, anything, anything that you are actually buying, you need money for. The clothes that you're wearing, the shoes that you're wearing, anything. If you think about it, you are always exchanging value with money. And here is the trick. We've been programmed for years. Maybe your parents weren't good financially, so you were always scared about the future. You were always scared that you might not make it through that month. You might not make it to the end of the week. You were scared all the time. So that paradigm or that way of thinking actually affected you when you grew up. So by the end of this video, you will have a complete understanding of why spirituality is directly correlated with being rich and not the opposite. People will try to tell you that spiritual people don't need money and all that. This is BS. So let's cut the BS and let's get into it. So maybe your parents, most of their lives, were actually trying to survive, trying to get better, trying to make a better life and to have a better life than most of the people. But they didn't. Did you ask yourself why? Think for a moment now. I want you to answer this question. Why they tried so hard, but they didn't do anything, they didn't get anything. They just barely survived. I want you to answer this question now. Answer it. Comment down below, answer it. Because your parents were always scared of the next day. They were always trying to get money from a state of being that is so scared, fearful. If you see here this chart by Dr. Hawkins, you'll find that these lower frequencies, these feelings, these lower frequencies are so detrimental because the universe will give you more of what you already are. So if you are scared about money, what do you think will happen? You will get more scared about money. And this is where we need to implement something that the law of polarity in the Hermetic principles. The law of polarity, you can shift from fear to security, from hate to love, because it's the same thing, just as steam and ice. Same thing, different state of being, just like a normal piece of steel and a magnetized piece of steel. Man, that was something else. So, if you think about it here, there is always polarities. So if you are scared, and what did that give you? It gave you scarcity mindset, fearfulness, and you are always afraid of tomorrow. You're always afraid to spend money. You don't know if actually you can have money. On the other side, what is the opposite polarity of that? It's abundance, right? It's abundance. It's having money. It's being free. So if you think about it, the complete opposite of that frequency is enlightenment. So you got fear and shame and guilt, and you got enlightenment. What is enlightenment? Enlightenment is being authentic, being free, being in peace, being in love. Do you think you will be in love when you are scared to get eaten by a leopard? This is exactly what is happening. You are afraid of tomorrow. You are afraid that if you spend this money, you will not spend the rest of your month being free, being able to get this or that. So you are in a state of fearfulness. And I'm talking here from experience. If you are in that state, you don't want to hear anyone telling you to spend anything regarding money. So when you are in that state of fearfulness and you are very scared that something might eat you, you are in a survival paradigm. You are afraid. Survival paradigm cannot be one-on-one with wealth. It cannot go hand in hand. It's either this or that. How would you be able to feel peace when you are running from a leopard? The lion might eat you. You are in the survival mechanism, fight or flight. Think about it that way. So, how will you be at peace while you are scared about paying for the next meal? This is a good question. And this is something that I asked myself pretty lately. Like a few months ago, I was in a bad situation. Not actually because you are in a very like poor mindset, but because you are afraid because of the old programming of spending money. There are people that are making millions, yet they are afraid of spending money. So they get stuck. They get stuck and they feel like they are losing everything. It's all about the consciousness. What is your state of being? So I'm going to give you today the caveat from my experiences, from other people's experiences, and the best thing that you can do today is when you get this info, I want you to implement it starting today. Don't wait for tomorrow. You can start today. So I just got some bullet points here that I'm going to see and going to deliver it to you in order to make you know how to actually get in touch with that power, with that birthright of yours, to become abundant in every single way. So, how to shift your state of consciousness to the one that you will find yourself getting the freedom that you want. This is the real spiritual science behind getting rich. This is it. This is no BS, straight to the point. Because being poor or being afraid to spend money sucks. Even if you have money but you are afraid to spend it, it sucks. It keeps you stuck. And sometimes you'll find yourself losing money. So I don't want you to be in that paradigm. You gotta break through and you gotta be having that potential that will make you make more and more and more. So this is the thing that I'm going to deliver to you today. And if you hear any cars like in the background, don't panic. The boys are just playing. So tell me down below, by the way, what is your favorite car? Some people love the Porsches, the 911, the GT3 RS. Mine is the Turbo S are good by the way, not goods. Turbo S are good. The G-Wagon is good. Ferraris are good. What is your favorite car? Tell me down below. I want to know about that because you will get it. So I should know what is your favorite car. So, what is money? Answer that question. Money is potential. Money is a frequency. Money is an energy. Now you know what is money. Money is completely different from what you've been taught. Money is potential, energy, frequency, and it is infinite. There are plenty of money, infinite amount of money. So it already exists, and your job here is to tap into this potential, to tap into this energy, to get in touch with that energy, to become with alignment with it. Because right now, you are misaligned. And this is what we are going to do today. Once this frequency is becoming a part of you, I want to tell you something. Expect miracles because once you are in that state, expect a lot of money to come into your life because now you are in alignment with that frequency. Once you get to that frequency, everything changes. Everything changes because you are now on the same vibration that abundance and money is on. So, now let's talk about a story that I encountered personally. A few months ago, I had a job, and that job, even though I hated it, but it gave me a bit of money every now and then. Like every month, you are having a paycheck, right? So you are a bit safe. I want you to pay close attention here and tell me what you will get from this story. In that job, I hated it, but at the same time, I was getting a paycheck every single month. What will keep me going in that job? What possibly, what is the possibility of me continuing that? And why would I continue in that job? You probably guessed it. You did? It's because it made me feel secure. So now, when I was secure with that job that I didn't like, something really strange happened. More money came in from places I never expected, from side hustles, and all of a sudden, money started to came in. And that was because of something. I guess you now know what it is. It's because of the feeling of security, the feeling of freedom, the feeling that regardless of what happens, I got this amount of money here. So, when you know this story, there is a common thing that you will get. And that common thing is you are really and truly afraid of spending money because it will take away the feeling of security. And when you take away the feeling of security and freedom, then you'll be susceptible to a lot of dodgy stuff. You will always expect something bad to happen because you are afraid that this money might go away and you might be in a bad financial situation. So I want you to pay close attention to me here because this is why you are keep repeating the cycles of being scared of money, of being so close to it and then bam, you crash and burn. This is why I want you to pay close attention to this. Think about it right now and tell me down below which or when was it that time that you actually was so safe internally to the point that you weren't scared of money, you weren't scared of spending it, you weren't scared of actually having it and enjoying your life. When was the last time? Be honest with yourself and with me and tell me down below. So now, when you are in that scarcity mindset and you are afraid of spending money, you are hindering yourself from actually becoming rich. And I'm going to tell you how to change that belief and how to become a vibrational match to the abundance. Don't mind the beeping. I told you there are a lot of cars that are coming here. I think this is a Golf R or something like that. So, since you know that Nikola Tesla said if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of frequency, energy, and vibration. You know that everything vibrates and everything is energy and everything is vibration. So you are energy. I am energy. The device that you're watching this video on is energy. Everything is energy. Also, money is energy. And when you know that money is energy, you will know that in order to get money and to be financially stable and to be abundant, you need to be on the frequency of abundance, the frequency of having money, the frequency of being a vibrational match to your desired reality. That means if your financial status that you're going through is not so good, then there is a misalignment. And if there is a misalignment, then you will actually see yourself always scared of spending money and of getting money. And yes, I mean it. You can be scared of getting money because you will be afraid that you might lose it. And this is the paradox. You want money, but you are scared to lose it. So how is it going to come? You are making a discrepancy here. So pay close attention now because the next part is actually where we start really seriously get into it. So let me ask you something. Why do we buy certain things? Why do we buy a car? Why do we buy the True Religion jeans? Why do we buy the Rolex? Why do we buy the Jordans? Why do we buy all these things? Hell, why do we buy like I don't want to say this, but let's say it. Why do we want that certain person that you always wanted? It's always for a certain feeling. You want to feel, you want to get that car because it will make you feel worthy. You want to get that house because it will make you feel safe, and you will get to a new neighborhood so you'll actually feel secure. You want to get in that relationship because there are certain insecurities inside of you and you want to feel loved. You want this and you want that because of certain feeling. So what we are actually on is we are looking for a certain emotion, a certain feeling. And this is why people like Neville Goddard told you that feeling is the secret. He told you that feeling is the secret. Think about that for a moment. Think about something that you really wanted. Why do you want it? Let's think about that together. Because these things will give you a certain feeling. If you think about it, all the things that we desire it because it will give us a certain feeling and a certain emotion. This is why feeling is the secret. Neville Goddard, the great mystical teacher, wasn't messing around when he told us that feeling is the secret. He's right. He's completely right. Feeling is the secret. We want all these things because of the certain feeling that we will get. So you want money because you want a certain feeling. That feeling is the reason that you want all this money. And until you get to that feeling, you will be keeping spinning your wheels, going from this to that, trying to figure out how to make money without actually aligning with the frequency of money. And what is the frequency of money? How to use that? How to use that knowledge right now, since I know that feeling is the secret, and the feeling and emotions will actually make me in alignment with the vibration of money. You will get that answer now. It's all about your feeling about money. What do you feel about money now? Answer that question. When you're about to go out with your girl or with the boys, and you're about to spend like a big amount of money, how do you feel about that? You feel at ease, or you feel like, maybe I shouldn't go there, or you know what, this is not good. You'll suffer for the next few weeks because of that. You'll pay a lot. Ask yourself this question, and I don't want you to mess around. Answer honestly. What is your answer? How do you feel about money? What emotions do you get when you buy anything? What emotions do you get when you get an expensive thing? What emotions that you get when you pay, maybe a couple $100s for a dinner with your friends or something like that? How do you feel about that? Do you feel at ease or you feel like something is wrong? I shouldn't have done that. Ask yourself this question. This will reveal what's inside of you towards money. So, this feeling that you are feeling about money will become in resonance with every single quality of similar things with the same vibration. So if you are scared and you are angry because you are spending money, more things will come into your life to make you spend more money, to feel more angry, to feel more scared. You will become trapped in the scarcity mindset. You'll become trapped in a cell of scarcity mindset. Your paradigm is keeping you in that cell, is keeping you trapped, and you don't know what's wrong. And now you know what's wrong. What's wrong is your frequency. Your frequency, how do you see money? What do you consider to be true about money? Do you feel like money is something that is hard to obtain, or you feel like it's something that is your right to have? It's your birthright. It's not something that is for certain people. I don't want you to believe that. It is your birthright to have money. It is something that everybody should have. So don't feel bad, don't feel scared because you want money. It's your birthright. So now, all you need to do is, with every money transaction that you make, and with every time that you are spending money, feel good. Tell your mind that you are feeling good because you are always having more than enough. In a way, become money. Become more abundant. Become more rich. Because when you are spending money, you are signaling to the universe with the feeling that you are good, you are happy that you are spending money. You are signaling to the universe that your frequency is now getting higher. And when your frequency is getting higher, the universe will notice that. And when the universe notices that, it will make you in resonance with every single thing that on the same frequency. So more money and more abundance will come to you. And this is why I told you guys, it's always hidden. These certain things are always hidden. The feeling of scarcity, you gotta know that. You gotta analyze yourself. Why do I feel this? And you gotta switch that feeling. The law of polarity. So you go to the other polarity, and the other polarity is feeling secure, is feeling happy that you are spending money. You are feeling happy. You are not thinking of yourself that you are having a bad time because you are not making any negative thought penetrate your brain. So let's continue here. Enter a new frequency by seeing money differently and seeing spending money differently. Once you do that, you are spending money without the feeling of shame and without the feeling of guilt, without the feeling of anger, because these feelings are for the survival paradigm. And you are leaving that paradigm. You are having a paradigm shift towards money. You are becoming more in harmony with the idea of having wealth, of having abundance, of having money in your life. You are now changing who you are. So I'm not trying to make you force yourself to do that. It's something that is more like a mental alchemization, like an alchemist. You are transmuting your thoughts, your feelings. You are doing the inner work, and as within, so without. The world will only reflect back to you what you consent to be true about yourself. And this is one of the things that I want you to know. What you consent to be true about yourself and about your world will always be reflected back to you. If you think that you are worthy of receiving money, you will receive money. Think about that. You always encountered some of these circumstances where you feel safe and all of a sudden things are going well, right? I know that. So now, if you now have money, the amount that will make you actually satisfied and to take care of your health and your family and your loved ones anyway, and to get anything that you will ever want. And I mean anything. Don't mean it figuratively, I mean literally anything. Think about it. When you actually have everything that you want, how would you feel? Would you feel scared? Would you feel guilty? Because sometimes, by the way, people feel guilty for having money because the people around them, you will just tell them, oh, you changed. Yes, I changed. You should too. Simple as that. Some people are afraid of getting rich because they are afraid of the judgment of the people around them. And let me tell you something. You have to not give a damn about anything, about anyone around you. You're elevating your frequency. When you elevate your frequency, you are elevating your life. So they got to catch up to you, not the opposite. You don't have to stay trapped with the feeling of shame and guilt that is embodied in you because of the subconscious programming by your parents, by the schools, by your neighborhood. No, you should know that because this is tricky. The old frequency will try to bring you back to the old way of thinking. Don't do that. And tell me down below if you actually encountered some of that before, because I know you did. You are doing well, and then you find that the people around you are trying to push you back to the old frequency. So, you are no longer trading time for money. How do you feel? You are no longer afraid of spending money. How do you feel? You are no longer trying to make everyone satisfied by being in the same social paradigm that they are in. You are breaking through, you are breaking away from that, you are breaking the chains, and you are becoming free. See yourself worthy of money, and money will come to you because money is everywhere. And I told you the story about myself when I was getting money, even though it was something that was from a job that I didn't like. The feeling that I had did something really interesting. It initiated a spark in the universe that he's feeling secure. So let's give him more. I want you to do that. You can do that with your inner state of being without any external factor. And this is one of the things that I came to. This is one of the things that I actually now know how it works. It works by being in a state or at a certain frequency that is reflected or reflective to your desired reality, that it's more congruent with your desired reality, that is more in harmony with your desired reality. You can't be pessimistic all the time and expect good things to happen to you. You have to be optimistic. Same thing here. You can't be seeing yourself unworthy of receiving money and expect money to come to you. You have to be something within it. It has to be something within you. You have to become that person first, and the world will reflect that back to you. So, how do you get money? That's what you are asking now. I want you to lock in because this is the most important part. It really is. So, I want you focused. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. I'm telling you, take a deep breath. This is heavy. So, you're busting your butt 24/7, working hard, doing what you're supposed to do. Everybody on IG Reels and on TikTok and on Facebook and on YouTube are telling you to work hard and to bust your butt, and it's all well and good, but if you're doing all that but your mindset is off, then you're just running in a hamster wheel. You're spinning your wheels without going anywhere. How many times we saw people working hard 24/7 for all their lives and they don't go anywhere because their mind is not ready. Their mind is not on alignment with abundance. Their mind is not in the frequency of actually achieving what they want because they want it. They don't see themselves already having that. So there is a discrepancy here. And the universe is mental. So what you are thinking about will always be materialized. Think about that. This is something to make you realize that sometimes people will get far ahead in life without working that hard. And you will be wondering, they're not working hard. How are they actually becoming more rich and more successful? Because of their mindset. They are taking the right action. They are having intuition. And this is the thing. Most people think that you can change reality or change this 3D reality by changing in this 3D reality. It's like fighting with a screen when you are watching a movie without knowing that it's coming from the projector, or fighting with the mirror when it's frowning at you without knowing that it's you that got to smile first to the mirror to smile back. You are causing an effect. You are causing it, but you don't know. But now you know. Now you know why. Now you have an idea of why all these things been happening to you because you need to smile first. You need to see yourself first in abundance. See yourself see yourself first in a state of being rich, being wealthy, being secure, being in a state of freedom. Did you actually try to do that before? Tell me. Did you try to become rich before you see it in front of your own eyes? Because all of this, all of what you are seeing is a reflection of who you are. So if you're not seeing yourself worthy of receiving money, how do you expect to receive money? For example, you told me now your dream car. Do you feel worthy of receiving that dream car? Or you are feeling a bit, I don't know. You gotta feel worthy of having all these things. Because, as I told you, as within, so without. So, this is why people like Neville Goddard were talking about the idea of the universe is you pushed out. And I like Neville because of that, actually. Neville is kind of giving you the information in a more simplistic way, but people abused it, to be honest. People are trying to make it more difficult than it seems. It's not more difficult than it seems. It's actually more easy when you understand the science behind it. This is why this is the science behind getting rich. It is a science. It is a spiritual science. It is something that you can acquire by taking this knowledge and implementing it. And this is why today you can actually start doing that. Once you embody the frequency of already having or being the person that got more money, your actions will be congruent with that personality. You'll find yourself doing things you wouldn't normally do. You'll find yourself taking actions effortlessly to the point that you would feel like it would have happened anyway. But you know now that you caused an effect. You changed the movie in the projector, and the screen and the movie on the screen changed. This is what you did. So now you know. And remember that you want all of this because of one thing and one thing only, and that is a certain feeling. These emotions, these feelings, emotions are energy emotions. So you are actually attracting these things to you, attracting abundance to you, attracting money to you, attracting this kind of person into your life. You want all these things, these materialistic things, these, maybe this 100K. You want this because it will give you a certain feeling. So why not Jump into this feeling directly and watch the magic happens. Why not embody a state of stillness, of calmness, of peacefulness? You know, Neville Goddard, when he was asked, I think he was asked, is there is a difference between feeling and emotion? There is a difference, but they are complementing each other. The feeling is the acceptance of the fact that it is done. So you are in a state of calmness, of being grateful that it is done. When you are in that state of stillness, when you have everything, you won't need anything, right? When you get to that state, when you get maybe by meditation, maybe by visualization, you choose the vehicle that you will go to your desired reality. It's just a tool. When you get there and you are in a state of fulfillment and abundance and feeling happy and calm and serene, then you know that you reached enlightenment. You are peaceful. So you elevated your state of consciousness. And every now and then, maybe once a day, you visualize a scene that implies that it's done. And you get these feelings and emotions. So you are reprogramming yourself. You are shifting in real time your life. And just by doing that, just by embodying the state and becoming more calm and more peaceful and more serene and knowing that this is your birthright and knowing that God is infinite possibilities. Everything exists. Infinite intelligence. You will become in touch with that intelligence. You'll become one with the one. Pure consciousness, pure love, pure abundance, everything. You got everything when you are in that state of enlightenment, and that is being authentic, being your true you, being free. When you give yourself these feelings and you stay in these feelings, you train your body to stay in these feelings of abundance, of being happy, of being grateful. Now, all of a sudden, you will find yourself accelerating in life, and you will find yourself filthy rich, as they say. But there is nothing filthy about being rich. That's it for today's video. Done.